let's talk about smooth arms. Because I've come to a conclusion. I was teaching a couple of weeks ago, right before Worlds. And my students were asking me, well, smooth arms are all the same. And I went, no, they're not all the same. In waltz, I have stronger arms. They're more powerful. They're very straight, and I turn big. But would I do that in triple two? Would I do that in nightclub? Would I do that in nightclub? Do I want to see my nightclub going? No, I don't want to see these big. I want to see a softer arm. So for me, I use a very big, strong arm in waltz when I'm dancing it. In nightclub, I'll use a softer arm, stretching and using internal to external. If I'm spinning, I might keep my arms here. One of the things I said earlier was I never drop my arms below my breast line. I never drop them here when I turn. The only time I might do that is if I come through a turn and I have to come through, but I'll still keep them there. So there are 3 different angles of arms we're going to talk about. Who remembers barrel of monkeys? Barrel of monkeys. Guess what this one is? Triple two. Make sense? Barrel of monkeys. My girls were like, that's so much easier. So if Eric leads me, do a left turn with the rolling spin. Walk, walk. Triple step, triple step. See where my arms are? I'm not going to do this. Because it doesn't look right, does it? It looks very forced that way. So if I'm doing turns, let's say Eric does a reverse lock. Soften my arms. See that? And then I can let them go. Makes the look more rounded from the upper body. So now, Eric dances me in nightclub. Do a basic with the left turn. With the, where you go with the head. You know what I'm talking about? So I might bring the hand through, but it's going to be soft, but notice that it's not as soft. It's going to be here. I bring it down, up. Again, it's soft, but it's not here. It's there. Oh shoot, sorry, I had to turn it up. I bring it through. See where my hands are again? He turns me. They're just a little wider. As opposed to being here, they're a little out here. So I'm still using barrel of monkeys. I just melted the arms and pulled them out a little bit. Do you know what barrel of monkeys are?
You ever seen those medicines? They're little plastic monkeys and they hook together.
They hook together?
I know.
Yeah? Yeah. We can hang you from the ceiling like that.
Don't.
Could be
We can
fun.
hang you from the ceiling if you go like this.
Well, you and I are alike, so I'd just hang from you. So now let's say he gives me waltz. See how straight my arms are? So I have a completely different look in each one. As opposed to them always being, now watch. You can do that again. And I'm going to use a triple two arm. Doesn't look right, does it? So if I have a straighter arm, I have more what? What does it look like?
Power.
Huh?
More power.
That's right. Much more power. Yes? I don't drop my hands in any of those dances below here unless I have to do something that comes through. That's the only time I would drop my arm on that stuff. Yes? Mainly because I see this a lot. Tell me what's wrong. What do I look like? Statue of Liberty.
You're asking a question.
Huh?
Like you're asking a question.
I'm asking a question. Well, I don't have any shape to my upper body or anything going on because of where I place my arms. They're dead. This is all dead air space. As long as I keep them here, I have something to work with shaping. If I'm doing waltz and I want you to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. 1. That looks a whole lot bigger. If I did, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. It doesn't look as powerful. It has no power until I get through here. Then what did I do? I went, boom, power. I might take it and stretch it, but look at my arms again. So my arms are the strongest in which dance? Waltz. They are the weakest, I won't say weakest, but least powerful in what dance? Triple two. Yes? So if I'm going to give you these, put your arms out. Now I want you to take them and I want you to shape them here. And I want you to shape them here. Now here's what I want you to do from the side. Watch. See what I'm doing with my body? I'm arching my back without trying to do this. So I'm not sticking my butt out. I'm keeping my butt tucked under me. So now I can shape through my core movement and use the sides and backs of my body. Yes? Makes sense? You okay? I thought you were seeing this. Yes? So, if I have strong arms here, let's say I'm doing nightclub, and I might straighten them and soften here. Straighten and soften here. Yes? Those are very waltzy lines because I'm using powerful arms. But what's the difference? I didn't take them from where? Here. In waltz, I want to look tall without getting where? On my toes or with straight legs. So if I do this, I look tall without trying to go like this. Yes? That's why when you see me stretch this, and Eric does just the basic, all the power went up here so that I can move back out of it. See that? Eric might come through. Don't look at my tummy.
Talking to Maker then.
I was talking to them. So you see the difference that makes. A lot of times what you see is girls, and this is what we were talking about earlier, they do this, and then they want to hang. I have no power. None. I can't even move with this power. If I have here, if I start moving, I have to leave this side back. See how the power goes through? Then I swing. To go. Yes?
No,
No.
I'm cloudy.
You cloudy?
I'm cloudy.
Why?
I'm trying to picture that in a couple relationship, and that's where I'm. Like, I can see you doing it fine by yourself, but
Okay.
as it relates to the other partner.
Got it. So, let's say Eric starts me here. We waltz and he free spins me. See that? That's how it would relate there.
Okay.
Now watch the same thing. What was that? Which one you want to watch?
The first?
You want to watch the first one. Like if you watch Gretchen, she's got like, we both have very, very long arms. But she actually has her elbow, she hyperextends her arm. And I'm always like, girl, what's with those funky arms you got? Like, you're like bending them backwards crap. I'm like, that feels weird. She's like, because I'm trying to stretch. I'm like, okay, I'm not that freaking tall. Because she's an inch taller than me. So when she stretches, I literally have to really reach without trying to pull up. You know, and that's something we always have to work on. So now let's say Eric does this, and we're going to do triple jump. We're going to walk into 2 triples. So, 1, 2, walk. See how I'm like waiting for Eric to come by, then we'll go again. Yes? What was the other dance help tonight? Eric might take me through. So see how I'm not going to drop it? I'm going to keep it here. Then pull out of it, soften it. Yes? So those are like my soft arms. Now, one of my other smooth dances is what?
West Coast.
West Coast swing. You would never see me turn this. Basic with the lesson. Right, left side pass. Did you do this?
It just looks.
It's kind of scary looking, isn't it? Where's my arms gonna go? Hmm?
Well, they're not going to straighten out.
They're not gonna straighten out. They can't even cup out here. This is the only time. That's right. Here's one place I never want to put my hand. Why? What are you looking
My
at?
belly.
Look at my tub, everybody! Madison, we got fat beers right here. Right? That's the first thing that it looks to. When I watch somebody dance, I have a friend who she competed at a ballroom event this weekend. She's dancing cha-cha and she went. And I was like, oh, that looks weird. And I'm like, what's wrong with it? I'm like, she's got her hand on her stomach. If she'd put her hand out, or even here, that's why when we were talking about this yesterday, when we were talking about cha-cha, for those of you who had a lesson with me yesterday, I kept saying, don't ever do this. Because the first thing it does is go, oh, look how chunky I am. Look at my tummy. You don't want to see that. So my hand, well, we're doing West Coast, sorry. See where I keep it? Now watch. Right here. This is the only one that I'm in this smooth dance that I'm going to keep right under my breast. So where the bottom of my bra would pass here, that's where I'm going to place it. I'm not going to drop it down here. I'm not going to drop it here. Why? What's wrong?
Gives you no shape.
Look at me. I'm like,
There's no shape.
hi, now I'm going to do my step. And the fact that if I keep my arm here, when I turn, I can use it and leave it when he might want it. So that's where I always leave my hand. Right there. Yeah? Okay, a little bit of sorry. Questions so far? Looking at the teacher. Madison? Questions? Just checking. Is you all quiet over there?
I know.
I know.
I know.
So now we go into our rhythm dances. Where's our hand going to be on our rhythm dances? Pretty much the same place that they're going to be as my West Coast. Because really and truly, West Coast Way should not be a smooth dance. It should be a rhythm dance. You have to remember that two-step is bastardized. it's smooth on top, it's rhythm on the bottom. If I'm dancing, you ain't getting away here, no. If I'm dancing two-step, quick, quick, slow, slow, I can take it straight out, there's a lot of power here, or I can take it here and it's very soft. But then I have to bring it back. If it's straight out here, I better bring that hand right back in here. Now, it's not really where the bottom of my bra is, it's where like my nipples are. Just, they're right there. They're poking out right now. I just can't see it. Sure, it's black. She's sitting over there going, this guy's crazy. So, if Eric turns me to a shoulder check, I'm going to stretch my arm out like I would kind of in the smooth, but it's not going to be so abrupt. It's going to have a softness to it. Yes?
I guess it does.
Why do you have that look?
Because I'm doing this.
You're doing the straight, strong arm. Got it. So watch. Okay. Perfect. That's good. That's what I want to know. So Eric's going to give me a basic. You give me outside turn to a shoulder check. Quick, quick, slow, slow. Quick, quick, slow. What's wrong? What'd you say?
Your body.
My body is over-rotated. I still look powerful. Actually, I look more, I don't want to say feminine. I look more gentle. Like, because in two-step you have the masculine and feminine. You know what that word is. The masculine and feminine. You can't have two masculine both fighting for attention. I mean, a lot of times, I'm going to show myself off. But, you know, I come from the school of, I danced with Suzanne, who was a ballerina. I danced with Marianne, who was a ballerina. I danced with Gretchen, who's not a ballerina, but has had ballroom. I danced with Sherry, who had ballroom. You know, and my two ballerina girls, they were like, oh, look, it's all about me. And I'd be like, oh, fine, I get to be like, y'all. I'm like, and everybody's like, oh, you're the boy, you have to be like more masculine. I'm like, oh, that's not fun. I want to be pretty. So like, yeah, I got my butt chewed out because so I had to work on, you know, if I'm going to hit a line, that it's going to be boom, when I'm doing stuff. As the girl, I might go, to make it look different. If I overturn my turns, this doesn't work very well. Right, Madison? Looks bad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now it looks good, huh?
Yeah.
So now even if Eric spins me, free spins, and we go to back to back. See how my arm went boom, boom. It didn't go whoo. So I'm going to bring up a name, and you didn't hear this. Who dances this way? Inside turn to the back. Who dances that? Red hair, green dress. Carmen. Is it enjoyable to watch? I don't think so at all. Because to me, she's taking control. I don't see a partnership. I see her being the more powerful one, and then her students don't shine. If she were to give less, like Cheryl does, then I would get to see the partnership. So I'm always looking for that when I'm using my arms in those dances. Polka's kind of the same thing. I mean, polka, you know, I might be here. You notice that I'm always in and out, in and out. And notice that I'm never going this way. East Coast swing. But for a dance, here, a lot of people put their hand down here. What do you see right now?
Your belly.
Well, you see my face, but
What did you say? Your belly.
my belly. But you don't see anything else, do you? Because it's all what? Closed. If I would have gone here, you're actually, what's the first thing you're going to look at when I do this? Face.
Well, and there's your, I can also see you release your hip in this.
Right, you can see the hip, but then you can see, oh, look. Ha. Do you see how also, again, wrist and elbow? So as a follower, I have a softer arm. If I were leading it, I don't use this. Oh, you were on the wrong feet.
That's all right.
It's all right. So you can see the difference between the masculine and feminine. I mean, there's also, there's always masculine and feminine lines. Like I've worked with some of you guys about doing this kind of stuff and going, bah, go. As opposed to just going, ha, that looks like a what? A cheerleader. Are we cheering? No. So I want to see. And something happened, or stretch it, then come back. There should always be something to soften. See that? So that's why when we were talking about 9 Club today, and I said, I don't like these arms, because to me, it doesn't show anything off. That's why I said it looks like the nose wiping move. Like when Eric turned me, thank you. This, keep going. Now watch. What are you looking at? There's nothing to see. There's no, hey, look at us, because we're being intimate, and I'm like so excited to be, laughing. I'm so excited to be dancing with this person. You know what I'm saying? If I'm always going, hey, try to look at me. Hey, try to look at me. Really and truly, I'm not even going to look at you. Because to me, that's distracting from this here. If you think about that. Because even in Pro-Am, one of the things I try never to do is dance above or below my student. I dance with my student. I'm never trying to make them look better than me or me look better than them. I try to dance with them. I do push them because I want them to dance. I want them to look like, oh wow, they look like really, they're dancing like a couple, as opposed to, this is my student, and I told my student to do this with their arms. This makes it look like I'm dancing with Eric, like Stacy and Eric are dancing now, instead of, oh God, that makes me crazy. Man, it always feels like I'm doing this in my back. Yeah? So those are kind of the arm things that I would say that you guys have to look at and think about. Questions?
Can you touch more on arms
Yes.
for two-step?
Arms in the two-step. Any specific movement?
Like as we're dancing through or when we're hitting lines?
When we're moving lines.
When we hit like movable lines or
I don't know.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so let's say
I don't remember.
that's fine. Yeah. So if you leave me slow, slow, quick, slow, slow. There. See how I bring it across my body, but again, see where it's at. I wouldn't want to drop it. Now I might bring it over into my hip. I might even go to here. Depends on what you want it to look like. I try to always hit it differently. Because, there's only so many damn lines we can hit. And they're all going to be like, oh, how many times can I hit this line? This side. I'm like, oh God, what am I going to do with it? So I always, when I'm working with my students, I'm always I'll take them and I'll make them turn. And I'll be like, turn it over and then come back. Or pop it, put it on your hip. Something different, or just put it out. So there's all these levels. I have hip, I have out, I have head, and I have up.
But some of these, you see, they all come in and then out.
In and out.
Yeah, I always think about bringing them like across to here, here to here, just around the backside, you know, and even if he spins me back, because of where this hand is, it'll come from there to get there. Does that make more
So
sense?
it's just the continuing movement.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Because if you don't let it come through, what happens is you end up with this.
Yeah.
And you see,
Turkey.
sorry, I don't mean to rip your arm out, but if I do this, it kind of goes da, bump, and then I can come back. Because you always want to have that rebound. You always want that rebound. A lot of people spin and they'll go, huh. Yeah,
It's like
dislocated
slapping on the end of
shoulder.
a bungee.
And I don't want that. What I want is I want it to spin, breathe, come back, because that will give me more power as a follower. Like we were doing this stuff today and this weekend, and we were talking about that. It's like just a little bit of rotating one direction and not finishing through to get somewhere. I can't turn to my right now because I'm not finished. I need to finish the old thing and go back, finish, and then go back again. So that gives me power, yet with still a little bit of softness to it. Yeah?
Yeah.
That answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay? Any other questions about that, arms? Yeah, I really try to think about not letting them go below here if I have to. The only time, like I said, is if I'm coming through a move and I don't want to rack them across the face or across the chest or in the crotch. I, keep my hands here. Closed move, because sometimes you do have, do the side basic with the basic underarm turn in nightclub. Slow, quick. See, I have to bring my hand through here. Quick, slow. I wouldn't want to go slow, quick. Now I could do this. Eric's like, whoa, you gonna slap me. And then touch my chest and go through. But I don't have enough space to take my arm or to take my arm. So I have to drop it, swing it through to get there. Yeah? Okay?